The guy who's going to land the knockout punch is the guy with the broadest shoulders and the broadest back.
James Borlase.
James Borlase is going to finish off this gorilla.
It's just subjective. Someone's just deciding this. There's no actual system.
I really hate us then.
No, I respect Collingwood. I
respect us and
no.
hate us.
You can feel the tension sitting in between you both.
Welcome back to Dos and Toss, Season 6, the second episode. We're ready to rumble after a big opening round. An opening round which saw the Carlton Blues get off to a bit of a poor start. The Saints, after a hyped off-season, failed against the Pies. And Dean and Brodie, you were both at the game. Firstly, though, how was your opening round experience?
Before all that, what a week it's been for Dos and Toss.
Yeah.
3 main videos that weren't us sitting on the couch. I've never received this amount of feedback. So many people, even on my way out from uni today. One guy, I'm not even going to mention the names. It's been countless. Just love the uni questions. Good to see Brodie doing the hugs. And also the fantasy questions.
Yeah, true. So, there was a lot. It was a busy week.
Yeah,
it was a very
credit
busy
to you,
week.
Chase. Long time
Chase on the computer editing.
Yeah,
on the editing. And also shout out to Harry. I think we wouldn't have got that traction without him. And he does deserve his flowers. You know, he lets us, I don't want to say use him, but involve him and post him. And maybe sometimes you toe the line with him. But yeah, he deserves his praise. But yeah, just want to get that in before we talk about it. I toe the line, and I understand that I did post that photo of him at the draft and didn't think there was much issue with it, but obviously he may have had a bit of an issue with it, and then got reposted on Twitter and probably understood that, I probably have to be careful just posting random photos of Harry. So my bad, I apologise, but thank you for letting us use the other clips, and Sench collab, big one from Dill Humphreys, so thank you, Dill. Brodie?
Chase.
Opening round.
Pardon?
Opening round. Did you watch a lot of footy this week?
I watched a decent amount, actually.
Sorry. You were in Sydney. Yeah,
I flew up to go watch the Swannies Carlton game, and it was fun. The vibe, the crowd was great. There was probably around 40,000 plus at the game. Look, it was a close game until the third quarter. Sydney blew them apart within 7 minutes, and that was the difference in the game. It was dewy, so it was quite slippery, and it was very fumbly, and you wouldn't expect anything less than opening round. But I really liked it. I noticed one thing: it's actually really hard to see on the other side of the field at the SCG. That made it a bit difficult, especially with some new players identifying which number, which player was that. But I had a few babies. There were a lot of boys there. It was great. They decided to leave at the end of the third quarter, so we left at the end of the third.
Oh, really?
To see the last quarter, unfortunately. But yeah, that was pretty awesome. First game at the SCG for me, and then made it back home in time for Collingwood Saints last night.
Just on the SCG, I haven't been to a footy game there, but the notion is that it's more of a cricketing viewing game, and we went to the Sydney Test. So, what are your thoughts? Do you think it's a footy ground, or is it more?
Definitely more cricket. It's definitely it's hard to see the other side of the ground. So if you're sitting on the wing, we started on the wing. It was really hard to see the other side of the ground, but we moved up to the members area, basically behind the goals where we sat for the cricket. That made it a bit better because it was more elevated and raised forward, so it made it much easier than where we were sitting. It was opposite. Initially, we were sitting opposite the old stand for the viewers trying to grasp that. So. Yeah, it was fun. I really enjoyed it.
Are the Swannies fans real, or they're all just
No, they're real. They get into it. Genuinely, they really get into it. We were sitting in the Swans members section, and they're pretty ruthless.
Really? Okay,
Yeah.
Good on them. I thought they were all just plastics.
Nah, they weren't plastics. Genuine fans, families, kids, everything.
Yeah, Dean, how do you see the quality of the game? Obviously, very small sample size, and take a opening round with a grain of sand, but. A grain of salt, but just a little gag there. The new rules, we had the ruck rules we spoke about last week, and then obviously the lasso rule, the last touch. Do you think it had a big effect on the game?
Yeah, I think we're the first to bag the AFL when something goes wrong or when they make a decision we don't like. And I am the first to admit I really like the lasso rule. I think it's great. I think
the lasso,
isn't that lasso, whatever it is. I don't know. You don't even get time to see the umpire do it because the players have already kept the ball in, kept the game going, and it's great. And I think part of the unintended consequences of the rule is the players trying to keep the ball in if their team was the last touch. So there was one last night where Dacos did like a full-on dive just to get a hand on the ball.
Like basketball, hey?
And that was just great. Like, that was great to see. We haven't really seen that sort of effort to keep the ball in, and that's pretty cool. And, yeah, I thought that rule worked well. I think most people would be in agreement. Tell me if I'm wrong.
No, I agree. Definitely great for the game, great for the speed of the game. Not great for the ruckman's hit-outs stats, though. I think last night, Darcy Cameron led the hit-outs with only 20.
Wow.
There was very few stoppages, and that also was due to the way Collingwood played. And St Kilda, there was a bit of a kick mark. The game was in play for most of the game time. But I'm a fan of the rule. I think some players, though, haven't adapted, and that's where you'll see like the IQ difference. You talked about Dacos. There were some players where the ball was being kicked out, and they just assumed like it was a missed kick. They assumed it was going to be a throw in, and they didn't make an effort to keep the ball in. And then that was frozen, turnover, and then you're outnumbered on the transition.
Do you think they've practiced that at training?
Well, I think it's just in their match sims they would try and just get used to it.
Yeah, I wonder if they're actually even implementing in the match sims.
Of course they would be.
Of course they would be. Not comparing it to Ajax and amateur level, but I know at our trainings they want to have stoppage practice as much as possible. So, like, whenever they can implement a stoppage, they do.
But we're not playing with the lasso rule in our league.
I know, but I wonder if teams want to work on stoppages. If they're like, all right, we're not going to use the lasso rule here. We want to like practice our stoppage game.
Yeah, potentially. I mean, I'm not too sure.
It's just an outsider looking in, but you know.
It was St Kilda's record home and away crowd since
I predicted it.
Since when was it?
Oh,
you don't know?
I thought it was.
Oh, sorry, was their record?
Yeah.
Okay,
How many?
my bad.
How many?
I think it was 82,000.
82K.
Yeah, and funny that it's against Collingwood. Who would have thought? I mean, they wanted to play this opening round. I believe they approached Collingwood. They wanted to show off all their shiny new toys and TDK and Sam Flanders and Liam Flanryan, but it wasn't to be, and gave Collingwood essentially an extra free home game. To be honest, if you're playing at the G.
Yeah, no.
Summarised it well.
Fair enough. Disappointing, though, them to lose. Now they're just under pressure coming against Melbourne. And I'm loving it because, like, there's no pressure on us whatsoever. And all the pressure's on St Kilda now. They wouldn't want to start the season 0-2. Like, if they start the season 0-2, I mean, I don't know what happens. Like, I don't know who's necessarily under pressure individually, but it's not a good look after they spent all that money in the off-season.
From a game point of view, I think Collingwood were just more clinical. Like, St Kilda squandered a few chances in front of goal, and every time they got the ball, they seemed to be under much more pressure. They did so many handballs where just because you've marked it in the centre and someone's running past you doesn't mean you have to give them the handball. I think every time they gave that handball, that guy was immediately under pressure. So if you're the halfbacks or the mids, of course you're going to like provide that option, but it's up to the player with the ball to sometimes just slow the game down and not have to give that handball.
Yeah.
Because Collingwood's pressure was very good. They set up defensively well. And, the uncontested marks was crazy. The backmen were just racking it up.
Brodie, did you like the way Collingwood approached Nasiah and were able to nullify his impact?
I thought Perryman did a great job on him. I saw a stat that I think it was his first game having less than 20 disposals in almost a season or something.
Yeah, he had a big streak going.
Yeah, so Perryman managed to nullify him, which was amazing. But it was also credit to how we were playing. I think our pressure was elite. And I'll touch on it a bit later, but there were some players I want to highlight.
Yeah, no, touch on it now. We're talking about St Kilda Collingwood.
Yeah, we can do it. So, Lockie Schultz, his defensive running was elite. There was one moment where Dacos was basically stuck, turned inside out and then outwards again, and then managed to kick on his right foot about 40 metres to Schultz, who was pushing up into the back 50. And that was a mark. That was incredible. Ned Long's handball to Rowan Steele, that was about 15-metre handball, open running inside 50, elite. And then again, Lockie Schultz's forward pressure. There was one tackle where basically pinned him, got a goal out of it. Scott Pendlebury, ages like fine wine.
Yeah.
55% game time, 26 disposals, and 5 goal assists.
Wow.
We kept on saying he's too scared to have a shot on goal. He plays the percentages and loves to hand it off,
Yeah.
and it worked every time, whether it was Bo McCreary or De Goey. He was... I think his type of role, it works so well because he doesn't have to be such a big presence, especially in the midfield or on the forward. When he has the ball, he manages just to slow down the game, and somehow he always has so much space and makes the right decision every single time. That's why he's been so successful for so long in the league, and he can play another year if he wants to.
Yeah, I think this 5 on the bench is just made for Pendlebury. It's made for this low tog, high impact player. I mean, the handball to McCreary in the start of the third. I don't know if he's scared to have a shot. I think genuinely he just is so calm under those pressure moments where your eyes would naturally light up, and he's like, no, there's someone in a better position. Let's make sure this is a goal. Like for the one to De Goey, he was kind of on his right foot, which obviously he has a great non-preferred, but he's on his right foot. He could have got smothered, so he handballed it to De Goey. He was in space. He's just such a smart player and sees the game slower than everyone else.
There's so much similarity between him and Nick Dacos in terms of trying to take the bait and going into the pressure and then evading it pretty quickly, so it's created more space. He's brought in 2 players and then eventually he's got himself out of it. So they both managed to do that really well, which opens up the game. It's amazing to watch.
Yeah, another veteran, but definitely not as old as Pendlebury, was Petrarca. And he's blocked me and this channel, so I can say whatever I want about Petrarca. So, I'm not going to say anything to Nasiah, to Christian. And he had a very good game. And I wasn't I was expecting him to be pretty good, to be honest. I think he's a very professional player. When his back's against the wall, he's going to perform. That's just Petrarca. He's a very emotional player. And I think that a lot was built up, and he naturally rises to the occasion. But gee, Gold Coast is so stacked.
Is that his highest rated game since the 2020
it was
grand final?
No, his highest rated game ever. Yeah. He's played 212 games, I think, for Melbourne. 1 game for Gold Coast, and there you go. Which is crazy. But, at no point in the game was like, oh, Gold Coast are missing Matt Rowell. I didn't think about that once, except for when they showed him on the camera with his little diary. I was like, no, they got Petrarca, they got Anderson. They just have so much depth, like Davies. And then what I think is so impressive with this Gold Coast list is for every position, they have another one. So you've got Petrarca, but if he doesn't hurt you, then Humphrey will. You've got Collins, but if he goes down, you've got Mac Andrew and Charlie Ballard to come back into this team. And same with their midfield. You've got Rao, but if he's off, he's getting tagged, you've got Anderson.
Got Ethan Reid and Jamara.
Yeah.
Not Ethan Reid. Jed Walter and Jamara didn't play. And I'm a big fan of Will Graham.
I'm a big fan of Leo Lombard, actually.
Oh,
Dino. So Dino's look-alike.
Yeah.
And then
that's
you've
more
got,
Jake Rogers, I think.
Jake Rogers to
they
replace
both-
Leo
all 3.
Lombard.
Yeah.
All 3 look
And then
like
you
each
got
other.
Dill Patterson to come back in the team.
Dean, do you think you look like them?
Leo Lombard or Rogers?
Both.
Both.
I actually
don't know,
don't
it's
think he
hard
looks
to
like... I think he looks like a bit like Rogers, but very different hair.
I get Devin Booker a lot.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, but no, the list is actually so
It's
cool.
scary. They will do that to a lot of teams.
Man, they got-
Half their games could be like that.
They have West Coast this week at home.
That'll be a 90-point win.
Yeah. It's very easy to just say 100-point win, but it's almost... No, I'm just saying,
I know.
do I go there? Are we locking in a 100-point win? I don't know what West Coast are going to dish up this year, but yeah, that Gold Coast team is just so scary. I there's just no holes. I don't know if it's like a system thing to break them down, but...
Yeah. And the stadium will now become a fortress. They won't lose there this year.
I agree. I think I had them finishing top because I generally think they won't lose at home.
Yeah, I
So-
agree.
And then
They
last...
go to Darwin
sorry.
and they
and
win
they
both
won't
games
lose
in
there.
Darwin.
So not lastly, but we'll go to the Dogs and the Lions game, which is definitely game of the round.
Yes.
Definitely game of the year, probably top 5 at
Missed
least.
this one.
What I love about these 2 teams is I think it's usually a close game, but I just love the midfield battle. Like there's the names in there, Neil and Bont and Dunkley and Richards and Kennedy. and McCluggage and Ashcroft. It's just, I love seeing those guys battle it out. And typically within these games, they both have patches of momentum. Like one team will, kick 4 in a row and like, whoa, like, this team's scary. And then the other team will kick 4 in a row and like, what the hell? Like, how are you going to stop these guys? And that's exactly what we saw with, Brisbane kicking away in the third quarter, and the Dogs came back through Darcy and Norton. So I really enjoy watching these two teams play. I think it's a massive win for the Dogs, though. I don't think it's a huge loss for the Lions. I think they'll be okay. They typically have started slowly. But Dean, are we backing the Dogs in this year, or are we still unsure about their backline?
I'm still unsure. I think this is what they do. They can beat the best teams, but we'll see. I just don't see them finishing in the top 4. They haven't finished in the top 4 under Beveridge. And if you don't finish in the top 4, you're not going to win it.
That's not true. 2016.
And
They came
2024.
Yeah, but I'm
Top
saying
4.
with the new
The new top 10
and everything,
Yeah.
it gives a lot more importance to finishing in the top 4. And I think, I don't know if it's ever happened, but the same coach with the same team winning premierships outside of the top 4 seems like a fluke to win it outside the top 4.
Well, he almost did. Like 2021, they finished 5th and they made the grand final.
Well, they lost by 7.
Yeah. They were 19 points
they were
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, Ugh, I don't know. They look so good when they're on the Dogs, but I feel like in a final, Brisbane's experience, even Geelong,
Yeah.
I don't think Geelong gave a damn about this opening round game against Gold Coast. Like, it's early March.
Very much so. Hawks and the Giants. Dean, I just feel like the Hawks are missing a piece in the middle.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, weren't able to get Merritt. Will Day's injured. You tried Connor McDonald there in the middle, Josh Ward, but aside from Newcomb, you're missing a bit of star factor, don't you reckon?
Yeah, 100%. We've said it all pre-season since we didn't get Merritt, and then when Day got injured, it was reinforced. And now we're going to have to rue that the whole year. I don't know what else we can do. You can't just invent a player, but there were some positive signs. I think the Wizard was electric.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw some of his crumbs.
Yeah.
I have never seen a player crumb the ball with that speed. He's a freak, like genuinely. And I think those guys who will get more midfield time will come on, but it will take time this season. So like your Ward, your Butler, your McDonald, it's not going to happen round 0, round 1.
Yeah.
But maybe in round 10 it will happen. Fingers crossed Day comes back and then it's serviceable.
There were 2 strange instances on the weekend that I noticed or saw online. One, Jack Ginnivan was wearing a ring under his glove.
Yeah.
Very odd.
I
don't know if it was
an
I don't
Aura
think it
ring.
was an Aura ring.
No?
It didn't look like an Aura ring.
Just Nam ring?
Nam ring, I reckon.
Like
and
Ollie,
then
Ollie Plattis ring?
Bailey Smith hitching a ride back to the hotel.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was so
Putting the
weird.
finger up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
he-
like legend, but like how did he get in that
So-
situation?
Yeah.
I
Look,
d-
Scott was so pissed off they made them get their own ride home.
He actually played with an earring in.
Oh, did
Really?
he?
Yeah, no one's said it, but I saw it a few times. I've
There's
seen
more character in the
photos,
AFL than there's ever been.
but I didn't know if that was allowed.
Nah, definitely
Can't-
wouldn't
Go
have that.
look. He
Is there no
100% had
Did
an
he have
earring in.
tape over
But
it?
what was it?
No.
Yeah, maybe he had tape.
No,
Yeah, like how was it a stud or like how big was his
the
earring?
ring on the lobe.
That's typically how the earring
What do
works,
you-
I think.
What do you boys think was more strange, Ginnivan or Baz?
If this Baz earring thing
No,
is
not the
true,
earring.
Ginnivan.
probably Ginnivan, just because
Really?
like it's not allowed. Like you can't have a ring on.
I thought Baz's was more weird. When have you
Yeah.
ever
That's-
seen that happen? He just
Yeah.
got a ride with a fan home
Yeah,
True.
and put the finger up with a bunch of
I wasn't
10-year-olds and
surprised,
put it on his
though.
stomach.
I
Like,
need
I wa-
more context.
yeah. There needs to be more context. I wasn't surprised when I saw that. I was like, oh yeah, that's something that Baz would do. But the thing I was surprised was like, why isn't there a team bus like to their hotel or wherever they were
Maybe
staying?
he's going to Tammy Hembro's.
Well,
Yeah,
he
you know
was-
what? Maybe he was going somewhere else.
He posted on social media quickly after he was at Burley Pav.
Okay, yeah, maybe he was getting
And
lifted.
then Jack
Burley Pav.
Ginnivan also went out and put something on. I don't know. They're just both characters. Pretty funny.
Nah, it was funny. Over the past week, I think we may have missed it last week. Dean, it was obviously a very sad passing.
Yeah, so as everyone would know, Dennis Committee, the probably GOAT of football commentary, passed away. And in honour of him, I'd like to share 5 of his best modern one-liners and get you boys to rank them.
Ringbolt runs in, touchdown!
Wow. That's iconic. That's very iconic from Dennis. I don't know. Are we blind ranking this? Because I'm almost putting that.
Yeah, let's blind rank.
I think that's blind. I think that's the most memorable. Yeah, I'm pretty comfortable putting that one. Yeah, very good. I think I'm putting that at 3.
3?
3, yeah.
Yeah, we'll do 3.
All right.
That's number 2 for me.
Yeah.
I love that one.
No, that's very good. That's very good. Because that's just like thinking on his feet. There's no...
It also takes a moment for the crowd to understand what he's saying.
Yeah. Yeah, good. Yeah. Good from Dennis. Nah, very good. Very good. Thank you, Dean. Rest in peace, Dennis. Definitely one of the GOATs of commentary. And every time you got your nostalgic highlights that you look back on, it's usually him that's commentating the game, him and Bruce. So you don't think about it at the moment, but you take a time to appreciate it now. And rest in peace, Dennis.
Yeah. Not often do you see someone just purely excellent in their field. And that was Dennis. I don't even know if we have someone right now who's just that good at what they do. And that was Dennis.
Mate, you're right. All right. Shit day to be. Returning segment. Shit day to be. I'll go first. Yeah. I will go into the weekend, and I think it was a shit weekend to be the homeostasis system. It was very, very sweaty out there this weekend in Queensland and New South Wales, and even in Melbourne last night. It was very hot, and the players were just absolutely drenched in sweat. The jumpers were stuck to them. And I don't know if it affected the product, but at times I definitely felt like the players were pretty fatigued. Like Carlton in the second half, they could not run at all. So the homeostasis system was working overtime to get the boys, get rid of their excess heat and return to their natural and normal temperature.
All right, I'll go next. It's a shit day to be the MCG. Well,
why?
It's vacant at the moment. It's a public holiday in Melbourne. We've just had 4 days of footy. It's a public holiday. There's all this momentum building from last night's 82k record-breaking game, and we have the MCG just sitting there. We've got fans from all over the world probably here for the F1. We've got a public holiday. No one's doing anything. It's 29 degrees right now. It's been a sunny day all day, and the MCG is just sitting there. Richmond, Essendon, North, other Victorian teams which could have had a crack.
What do you want, a Sway Lee performance?
Even, I don't know, not biased is the right word, but it's a stretch. But even a team like North, so they get one MCG game a year. If they're lucky, they get 2.
Yeah.
If they had a game this week, one, their fans would go because they haven't lost yet.
Yeah.
And they would be able to try set records like St Kilda did last night. Like when if North have an MCG game in round 17 and they're at the bottom of the ladder in a dead rubber, essentially, what's the point? Fill it out today.
But we can't have 6 games in opening round. Like, that's a bit stupid. I feel like it'd have to be all 9.
Yes, this ties back to opening round. As we saw in the uni questions, no one we know likes opening round.
Yeah.
But it just baffles me that you've got a public holiday and the MCG is just sitting there when we've had footy to begin with. I don't think you'll see it next year.
Okay. There you go, Brodie.
I
Don't have. Shit day to be Brodie's segment in Shit day to be. I've got one that I'll respond to, so I'm not saying it, but a lot of people saying, shit weekend to be a Melbourne fan watching Petrarca and Oliver dominating their respective games. And I just think the media completely misread the narrative. Like, no Melbourne fan was thinking oh damn, I wish we had them back. No, we're happy to see them go. Most of us were happy to see them play well, to be honest. And honestly, for me, I kind of sat back thinking divide and conquer. Clary, go fuck up the Hawks for me, and Track, go fuck up Geelong for me. Thank you. So that's how I felt, and I was very happy to see mainly Oliver play well, and didn't have any ill feelings whatsoever. So I think the media completely misread that one.
Just on your one, Chase, not no teams would train in night conditions, right? The whole preseason.
I don't
Except
know.
for their match sims, correct.
Except for match sims. So you've got a team like St Kilda who would barely play under lights at the MCG or in another ground, obviously not including Marvel, up against a team like Collingwood, very experienced in those conditions, probably the most experienced team at night. And I think it makes a difference. St Kilda had a lot of sloppiness, players missing kicks, quick fumbles, and it all adds up. When the game's decided by 3 goals, that's the 3 goals right there.
Yeah, there were so many times that last quarter where the ball was spilt and then just one of the Dacos brothers just picks it up and cleans it up and gets an uncontested mark somewhere. And that was the difference. Like, yeah, you could really tell that St Kilda didn't know how to win, and Collingwood obviously did because that's just what they do. But I don't know if that's like a night thing. I mean,
I don't know, maybe they should be incorporating a few night sessions in their training schedule.
maybe.
Once every 3 weeks, we're training at night tonight, you know? Like,
I agree. With yellow footies as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just put a bit of moisture on the footies. Like, I don't
Back
know.
in the day, I think Collingwood put a bit of soap on the board when they were playing against Brisbane.
Yeah, I remember they were doing something.
Was
like
North
during
doing
COVID.
it to prepare for Darwin last year at training?
Potentially
I think I
something
saw
like that. Yeah.
I don't know. Just do something a bit different, you know? You're
Yeah.
not going to play at Marvel every week.
Yeah, that'd be food for thought for Dean.
Mm.
Big game this week and a couple of teams under pressure. Yeah. I don't know. Who do you say is more under pressure, Carlton or St Kilda going into this week?
Carlton.
You
Under
reckon?
pressure is
Yeah.
a big statement after one round.
No,
But that's
I don't
how
think it
AFL
is.
works, I guess.
I actually want to touch on Rory Sloane said it on Footy on 9 about Carlton, and I think he's completely right. They build up every game as this massive game. It's a must-win, backs against the wall, responding to last week. And I think that takes a lot out of them, a lot out of their supporters. But it looks like internally that they play with a lot of emotion. And I think Rory said, they just need to take it as a normal week. You know, it's a normal week. Every week, win, lose, or draw, we're going to take it as a normal week. We're going to train, we're going to address the game, but we're not going to get too up and about to respond to the result last week. So I think that's the way they have to go about it, which is a lot easier said than done, playing against Richmond after what happened last year. And obviously they didn't have a good result against Sydney, but they just need to chill. If they play, close to their best footy, they'll beat Richmond. So
Bumped into Blue Abroad last night.
yeah,
Tapped me
Terry.
on the shoulder as I was walking by. So
Yeah,
had
how
a
is he?
nice chat with Terry. He's good.
Yeah.
He's good. He's doing well. He went up to Sydney for the game. Obviously wasn't too happy about that. We kept it pretty brief.
Yeah. So he recognised you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
good
was
on him.
nice.
I mean, he's probably watching these clips and would recognise you then.
Yeah.
Or this time last year.
Yeah, true. Yeah, because that's what I'm saying. It was a while ago, so for him to remember. But no, he's a good man, Terry.
Mhm.
He's doing good things on Blue and Broad. Yeah, actually had a live show the other week, which was good. Did well.
What was the crazy call that someone said on Blue and Broad? Did you see it last week?
Yeah, that Cripps should be dropped.
Yeah, Cripps should be dropped.
Yeah.
That's great. What
It
did Terry
it
say
obviously
about
is a crazy call. I don't really know what he said. He kind of just like, what? But like Cripps was really bad. And I don't know if you can say the game's past him because Cripps is more of a contested beast. But I am a bit worried for him. He's older now, and I just don't know if he fits the game style that is this game. And with less stoppages, less boundary throw-ins, he just becomes a less valuable asset for Carlton.
Yeah. Well, you look at the guys who have extended their prime, like Dane Zorko, Scott Pendlebury. They've got a lot more strings to their bow. They're not just good in one area of the game. They've had to add other elements, other positions. And I think if you're a player going into your 30s, you're going to have to be that.
Yeah.
Going to have to do that.
Speaking of Carlton midfielders, Jagger Smith versus Sam Lawler. Strength.
Lawler.
Ball winning ability.
Jagger.
Speed.
Jagger.
Jagger.
Hands.
Jagger.
Lawler.
Scoreboard impact.
Lawler.
And lastly, X Factor.
Lawler.
Bang. All right. I feel like I set that strength up with the first one there.
Yeah.
But if you could say overall, who do you reckon's better? Who will be better? It's hard to say now.
Better?
I'm gonna say Lawler.
I think Lawler will be more exciting. Different
I think
roles.
I think Jagger's
Yeah.
going to be very polarizing in terms of that player that accumulates the ball
Like Treloar.
really quickly,
Yeah.
and then within 3 years, even quicker with the media these days, they're going to start tearing him down. You're not impacting enough,
Yeah.
Yeah,
which
I think
isn't
you're
really
right.
fair. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's thinking about it now. I'm just predicting that.
He's played one game, so.
Yeah, I think you're completely right there. Like, it happens with these like up and coming midfielders. Like, whoa, you know, got 20 whatever touches in his first game, like, going to be star, and then he'll keep doing that, and then you just will get bored of it. So you find a reason to
Bully them.
criticize him. Yeah, but Sam Muller, I think, will take a little bit more time to kind of find his niche, and I'm not too sure. Like, it's a harder role he plays. That more
Yeah.
impact player, I think, the dusty role in the number 4. But
The Dusty, him in the 4 reminds me of like how the Spurs just got Wembanyama after Tim Duncan retired, or how
Yeah.
when Mavs got Luka after 20 years of Dirk. It's like exact same player profile. Here you go. Luck of the draw, but it just
Yeah.
happens. These solid franchises.
Court of Footy. So this is a new segment. Order in the court. I don't have a hammer. It would be nice. A
I reckon
mallet
there's
would
a
have-
hammer in that cupboard.
Oh,
over
there
there.
definitely is.
So-
Been a lot going on. It's
So we're gonna have 2 conditions. So the first one is defense lawyer. That will be for the player, and the other one will be prosecutor against the player. Got it?
Okay.
So before we start, I'll let you two do a rock paper scissors, and whoever wins gets to choose which one they want to be.
All right.
All right.
We're gonna have to
shoot?
set up.
yep.
Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. You get to choose, Dean.
Okay,
Okay, so
I'll be the defense lawyer.
Okay. So, okay. Fair enough. Here we go.
So I'm advocating for them.
Yeah, and we don't know who the player is going to
Yeah.
be, so you might have to go against your initial values here and thoughts and
Yeah, I hope
opinions.
it's not Sam Flanders after last night.
I hope it's not like...
there was a lot of talk about this guy going into round 0 against Dacos. We've got Nasiah, Wanganeen, Miller, 19 disposals and 1 goal. I want you two to battle it off. Dean, you're gonna have.
Well, I'm the prosecutor. So, oh my God. I'm the prosecutor, so
You start.
I guess I
You're
have to...
30. You're gonna have 30 seconds.
I have
and
30
then
seconds?
there'll be a second round.
Okay, all right.
3, 2, 1.
Well, I think the thing with Naz is he gets compared to Nick Dacos a lot, and I guess the higher echelon of the competition. I don't think he's there yet. I think we saw on the weekend when the game was there to be won, he didn't necessarily have a second string to the bow. He hasn't been tagged before, as Harry Perriman was tagged him, and he might, he's going to cop that attention every single week now. So I don't know if he has the skill set to be able to deal with that tag. I don't think he's in the top 5 players just yet at this moment.
Well said.
29
And
seconds, that was
Dean,
pretty well timed.
3, 2, 1.
If you look at all the goals kicked last night, Naz's would be in the top 3. One-handed pickup, immediately found the goals when St Kilda was struggling to find a goal. And speaking of St Kilda, they lack system. Naz has to do it more on his own. Collingwood are very clinical. Dacos knows where to be, knows where to run. I think they rely on Naz too much. And it's not his fault he hasn't been tagged. He will get tagged, and that is when we'll be able to see if he can cope with the tag. But right now, he deserves what he's getting.
Okay.
Do you have any counter arguments?
Yeah,
there?
well, you say he deserves what he's getting.
Wait.
Yeah,
You got 15 seconds now.
15 seconds.
3, 2, 1.
Just because he is going to get tagged and he's being tagged because he has been a good player doesn't actually mean that, like that we can just accept that and wait for him to get used to it. I think you have to show right now that you're able to break a tag to be in the top 5 players in the comp or to be fairly rated, which he isn't.
Done. 3, 2, 1.
I just think the top 5 players in the comp is very arbitrary. Like, it's not really fair. I think for St Kilda, he's their most valuable player, and that's all he can be right now. He's not comparing himself to other players. He's comparing himself to his role
Done.
at St Kilda.
Well done, boys.
All right.
That was really impressive.
Yeah, had to
was
really
hard.
think on my feet. I actually didn't mind being on this side. Like, Naz is a great player, but I was happy to be the prosecutor because I think he was very disappointing. It was very disappointing last night. I was watching the game. I was like, hey, I want to see you in the middle. Like, it was a close game. I just didn't see him controlling the game in the middle at all. And it was Dacos controlling the game all over the ground. So
No.
disappointing from Naz.
Lucky for his fluoro boots, otherwise I wouldn't have seen him either.
Ooh. It's good. Big call.
Okay.
Dishing it out.
All right, let's go to the tips. Let's go to the round. I think it's Carlton Richmond. I'm pretty safe to say that's the first game. Bro, you want to read out the games and will tip. Actually, speaking of tips, who won the tipping? I don't think many people
that's
did
true.
well.
I know.
For the
I
round.
got 2 out of 5.
I think I got 3. Started well. I was in like the top 10 for most of it. Now I'm 43rd. That's not good.
Leading.
You'll like to know this, and I'm pretty sure he'll be listening to the podcast. Stiglitz.
Wow.
Benji Stiglitz
Well done, Benji.
is first with 4 and a margin of 37, so a high margin already. Second is Jake Rebel, who's known. He's familiar with the top 3.
JFD.
And Ariel Zelwa in third as well. So, yeah. Tough week for tips. No one got the perfect 5, unfortunately. But that's just how the footy is early in the season.
Let's kick it off with Thursday night's game, Carlton versus Richmond.
Carlton, surely.
I want to say Tigers.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, I can see it.
Essendon versus Hawks.
Hawthorn.
Hawthorn will
Hawks.
respond.
Bulldogs versus Giants, a classic.
Yeah, they hate each other,
doggies.
these 2 teams. I reckon the doggies, it's at Marvel.
I'm going to go Giants. Geelong versus Freo.
At GMH. Stiff for Freo to have to start the season like that 2 years in a row. But I'll go Geelong.
Freo.
Geelong to bounce back. Swannies versus Brisbane.
It's a good game.
Ooh.
Yeah, will be a good game.
Brisbane are going to have all those suspensions.
Yeah, I actually think Sydney will win this game.
I think Sydney.
Yeah, Swannies. Collingwood versus Adelaide.
At
Other G.
Oh,
Collingwood always beat them.
Collingwood.
no, Adelaide.
All right. I'll go
And
Collingwood.
good to see that these games aren't on at the same time on a Saturday night.
Yeah. How's the stagger? 7:10 to 7:35.
Beautiful,
Perfect. Yeah. So you'll have that half time.
Yeah.
Footy the whole time.
Fantasy purposes.
Yeah.
North versus Port Adelaide.
Oh.
Come on, North.
At Marvel,
Yeah. Come on, North.
I think Port Adelaide.
I'm going to go Port Adelaide. Melbourne versus St Kilda. Saints.
Oh, I'm going to go St Kilda.
I'll tip Melbourne. I'll tip the D's.
Gold Coast versus West Coast.
This is the easiest tip of the season, I think. This is the easiest tip of the season. You won't get an easier tip. Gold Coast
Gold
by
Coast.
at
Gold Coast
least
by
80.
200.
Yeah.
Gold Coast by 302. Nah, very good. Very good. Good
Well
work,
done.
boys.
Go on, Ash.
Quick potty. Hope you enjoyed. Subscribe to the YouTube. Almost at 100 subscribers. Follow the Instagram and also follow the TikTok. Boosting the numbers for the start of the year. Been a big start to the year and content will continue to flow. So we really appreciate your listening-ship. Thank you, Dean. Thank you, Brodie.
Peace.